Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or as we like to say here at Shady Acres Woodshop, howdy! Today I have a piece of Catalpa. This comes from everyone's friend, Gary, over at the Papa in 1947. Everybody knows and loves Gary. He sent this to me a while ago, along with some other wood, and I've never turned Catalpa before. He did, and I've seen his video, of course, but I meant to watch it again to see what he ran into with it, and I didn't do that. So this is going to be a surprise for me. This is a hardwood. I looked it up. I read a little bit about it. It's a hardwood, but it's a very soft hardwood, and the bark is, while very tight, seems to be tight all the way around. I think it'll stick with us. It's also quite soft and kind of flaky. So I don't know what that is going to present for us. There's this branch coming out of here, and that matches up with this hole, and it goes all the way through there. So I don't know what issue that might or might not cause for us. I've cleared out a hole here to clear my chuck jaws, and I've drilled a hole for my woodworm screw, and we'll get it mounted up here. It's 7 by 9 by 2.5 inches. I was afraid if I drilled the hole the proper size, because the wood's so soft, that it would not hold. So I drilled it 1/64 less. And sometimes that can create problems. Although, so far so good. We'll see if it gets tight. Yeah, see, it's tight, but I feel like I could keep on going and strip it out. So it's not the most secure hold we ever had, but it'll do. I'm, of course, going to bring up the tailstock. And what I like to do to make sure that it finds the proper center, I like to spin it up just a little bit and then bring in the live center. And that way I know it's found the perfect center for itself. And I don't know what kind of balance we got going on here. Let's see what speed we can get. Well, it wants to vibrate at about 650. I'm going to see if I can go through that. Yeah, about 1,000 RPM. It smooths out somewhat, and I always prefer to turn a little faster, just because you get a cleaner cut. I don't know, I've got a couple ideas in mind for a shape. I think we're probably going to go with a winged bowl. I don't really want to touch the outside edges of the bark. I want to leave that profile the same. So it's, like I said, it's 7 by 9, and it'll be 7 by 9 when I get done. That's the plan at this point in time. Again, I don't know what this hole is going to present for us. And then there's another hole here, but it does not go all the way through. So I've got my 5/8 inch bowl gouge all sharpened up. I'm going to get my mask and face shield on, and we'll get to turning at 1,000 RPM. Let's mark out for a tenon. I just kind of want to walk you through what I'm thinking here. These long edges, like this edge and this edge, those look fine to me. The shorter edges are way too thick. So how can I fix that without making these thinner? The only way that I can see is to come in after this edge. So like here, if you can see that, like here, and go up higher so that it comes up like this. And that'll do the same on this side, but it won't do anything out here at the edge. I'll come in here, like halfway in, and go up. And that'll take me up in this area, if you can see that, up in this area, but before the bark. I don't want to disturb the bark. So that's what I'm going to try and do. Again, you know, I don't have a shape in mind when I start. It's just kind of is dictated by what the wood's doing. I don't have some great vision. I just have to kind of work it out as I go. And that's what I'm doing. Let's watch together and see what happens. So making the ball smaller. Alright, well, we'll start going up and see what happens. Time for sanding. Well, that doesn't look like it's going to be too difficult. I'm starting with 80 grit. I'll work up through at least 400 grit. I think I'll probably have to pull each 2-inch disc off and hold it in here with my fingers to get this very inside corner. Although, I don't know, maybe I did get it. It feels fairly smooth. Anyway, I'll probably have to do that. I'll bring it back when it's time to put some finish on here. Well, I took a little break and went in and watched Gary's video of the Catalpa that he turned. I watched it again. I've seen it before, but I watched it again, and my thinking was, well, I'll go in there, and because I couldn't figure out what kind of finish to put on here, I said, I'll go in there and I'll do the opposite of whatever Gary did. Well, this is what Gary did. He put the feed and wax on there, and it looks so good, I felt like I'd be stupid to do anything else. So why mess with success? We'll just do what Gary did. Okay, so I will let this set up for 20 minutes, and I'll come back out and buff it up, and I'll bring you back when it's time to start working on the inside. Boy, look at that grain. Is the light picking it up? Is the camera picking it up? Look at that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Nice. See you in a bit. Well, I've got the piece turned around and the tenon mounted up in the chuck jaws. Let me get my mask and face shield on. 5/8 inch bowl gouge will be turning at 1200 RPM. Probably about a 1/2 inch now. 3/8. We're just about there. What do you think? Does it look good with all that bark on there? Different, isn't it? Well, I kind of thought I was going to lose this. I didn't want to, but I thought I was going to. It's a little loose. So I'm going to stick some CA in there, tighten that up a little bit. I'll be right back. Well, I was able to get some CA glue all around this branch, and it's nice and solid now. I also, in measuring the bottom, there's an indentation here where this branch goes into the outside of the bowl. It's an indentation this way. So at that point, it's only 1/8 of an inch thick. I think it's about 1/4 inch the rest of the bowl walls. But here it's only 1/8 of an inch. So I better quit. I'm still at about 3/8 of an inch on the bottom, but by the time I scrape that, it'll be down to nearly 1/4, probably 5/16. So let me get my mask and face shield back on here, and we'll scrape. Now there's a couple of kind of cool features. I don't know if you can see them. See the two eyeballs looking right up at us. And because this is lower than this, or because this is higher, this gets cut first and that gets cut later. So this is nice and round. It's all round here, round, round, round. And then you get here and it's narrower. Kind of interesting. I don't know if that shows up on there, but it's not fully round, or at least it doesn't appear to be fully round. I think we're done. I'm anxious to see what that bark looks like with some finish on it, so we're going to find out. Time for sanding. Okay, we're going to start the sanding with my Sandoflex, and I'm going to sand all the bark after I get my mask on. I'll show it to you. I'm going to sand all the bark with the Sandoflex. And then I will switch to my 2-inch sanding disc and just sand the inside of the bowl normally. I'm starting with 80 grit on the inside and I'll work up through 400. And on the outside on the bark, I'm starting and finishing with 180 grit. That's as far as I like to take the bark. And that'll just clean it up and smooth it out so it doesn't feel so rough. We'll see how that's going to work. Let me get my mask on, we'll get at it. Then I'll turn it over and come at it from the other direction. And then the 2-inch sanding disc. Spin the lathe up at about 350. And that looks like that's going to go quite smoothly. And I'll bring you back when it's time to put some finish on here. See you in a bit. Well, I'm kind of liking this. Oh, we lost our eyes. I sanded the eyes right out of there. Sad about that part. And the shape is not exactly what I had in mind, but it's grown on me and I kind of like it. You might not. So this one's all about the bark, that's for sure. The whole top is bark. So I'll brush this in. Again, this is the Howard Feed and Wax. Let it set up for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that. And then I will come out and blow it out with compressed air. And then I will take a toothbrush and buff it in all these little areas and surfaces and textures and whatever. That's making that bark look pretty good, huh? This stuff is so easy to use. I've never felt like I put on too much, and I've never felt like I put on too little. It just, you can just tell when it's covered, and that's that. It's not a secret how to use it. Just wipe it on and buff it off. And it leaves such a silky smooth feel. It feels so natural. You can feel all the grain and the textures and whatever through it. Alright, there we go. I'll let that set up, I'll buff it up, I'll bring it back when it's time to take the tenon off. I've mounted a block of wood up in my chuck. I'm going to place the bowl over that and bring up my tailstock. I still have my center hole there for reference. We'll just apply a little pressure, bring up the tool rest, spin it up a little bit, hold my thumbnail against the bottom of the tenon. Make sure that it's hitting equally all the way around, and it is, so we're well centered. Turn the speed up to about 600. I'll grab a 3/8 inch standard grind bowl gouge and begin to removing the tenon. And as it gets smaller, I'll turn the speed down. We'll try about 400 now. Just in case it breaks off when I'm least expecting it. I'm sure I'm good, I am. So now I'm going to grab a 3/8 inch swept back bowl gouge. That'll let me get in there a little bit tighter. I'm also going to move my tool rest a little bit closer. And I'm also going to turn the speed down to about 200 RPM. And I'm just going to apply the bevel of the gouge against the bottom of the bowl. Pressure towards the headstock. Right hand on the gouge, left hand on the switch. And when the little nub stops turning, then we know we're through. Like that. Then I'll just take it over here to the workbench and sand this area up. Well, there it is. What do you think? One Catalpa live edge bowl in the books. Kind of an odd shape opening, huh? The bark looks cool all finished up though, don't you think? There's that branch going right on through there. And there's what it looks like on the other side of that branch. And there's the bottom all finished up. Look at that green. Kind of makes me wish I would have peeled off all the bark. But it's nice green on the inside as well. Different shape, huh? I had no idea what this was going to be. Maybe that's obvious. Thank you, Gary, for sending this to us for all to enjoy. If you like this video, thumbs up please. I'd sure appreciate it. If you're a subscriber, thank you very kindly. I truly appreciate that. If you're not a subscriber, you might consider becoming one. I put out regular videos about one a week, and I'd like to keep in touch. Your comments are always welcome, and I read all of them. So for now, this is Phil, Shady Acres Woodshop, signing off.